where JDF's laughing. That's literally like, you can imagine going, I hate you so much. Like, I'm green, I'm the best ranger, you're the only rival I'll ever have in history. It's just like, they could have got over it. Like, I always imagine that whoever walked up to someone's booth first at a convention extended their hand and said, let bygones be bygones, and the first person to slap the hand away would have been like, see, I've made up with whoever, like, they just don't want me doing this, like, it's their fault. And yet they could have done so much for the fandom. Like, it's just, it was unnecessary. And I don't know if Austin was super proud, like, oh, I can't do this because he took my limelight. It's like, you were the original Red Ranger. No one, like, there is no one on this earth that could take the limelight from you, compared to JDF. So it was just pointless drama that one of them had to keep it up, and I'm just like, okay, cool, well done, boys.
Well, to be fair, I am in agreement that there was significant issues between them getting along, and I don't think it takes two people to squash the beef. If Jason wanted to squash it and, Austin St. John or Jason Lawrence Geiger didn't, then the beef is still on. But, sadly, we will never get a Green and Red Ranger panel. And I think it is unfortunate, but, this, I don't know, bitterness, jealousy maybe. Because, Jason was the more popular one. And, imagine you being the Red Ranger and you at a convention and you see everyone in Green Ranger suits and outfits and they come to you for a signature. I mean, you're going to sign it. But at the same time, you would hope that you get a little bit more Red Ranger representation.
Jabroni. What?
I think with Red Ranger representation, it was always there because in the hearts of, like, when we grew up, like, Red Ranger was the first one to morph on screen. He was the one there. Like, everybody loved who he was, and regardless of, like, all the others, like, everyone wanted to be the Red Ranger. Like, it was like, oh my god, I want to, when we go play in the playground, I want to be Red Ranger. Oh, like, Jason does this. And then you have the Green Ranger that comes in, whips them all really quickly. But then that it's the Red Ranger that took down the Green Ranger in the end. And it's one of those things where, like, if Austin didn't see that, then it's like, man, like, you've got to let that stuff go. Like, 100% let that go, because you're always going to have, like, the Sixth Ranger is always going to be the coolest one. And then later on, he becomes the coolest one in Zeo. So, it's more like, why didn't Austin just kind of slowly let us go? Like, Red Ranger was the first one to morph on screen. He was the one there. Like, everybody loved who he was, and regardless of, like, all the others, like, everyone wants to be the Red Ranger. Like, it's like, oh my god, I want to, when we go play in the playground, I want to be Red Ranger. Oh, like, Jason does this, and then later on, he becomes the coolest one in Zeo. So, it's more like,